Hey, everybody, it's Boog Shambi. Welcome to the show. From the hallowed grounds of Fenway Park, MLB The Show. All right, ready to go here. Here's Vladimir Guerrero Jr.
Well, he's not a scout's dream because of the height, an undersized pitcher, but the heart is there and knows how to work the corners of the plate, add and subtract velocity to keep the hitters off balance.
So a runner aboard to start the inning. Here's George Springer. He's someone that really beats up on right-handed pitching. The lefties, however, give him a little bit more trouble. And there's a foul ball. Here's the 0-1. Liner snagged at first. Applies the tag, and they get two. Double play.
Alejandro Kirk.
Now at the plate, Alejandro Kirk. Rolled over to third. Durbin gets it to first. That's the inning. And up to hit is Wilson Contreras. Well, Contreras with a homer in his last game.
Four-seam fastball. Low inside.
The 1-0. Swing and a ground ball, and it gets by him. Now he'll turn for second, and he's going to get to second with nobody out.
Smash that one through the infield for the knock. When it's hit that hard, it makes it very tough on the infielders to make any sort of play.
Now, Roman Anthony. And it's second. On the ground to third. To first, and he beats it. Everyone's safe.
Batting third.
Dangerous hitter at the plate in Trevor Story. And that one fouled off.
Overhand curve. Low middle.
Fouled off. He was late.
So now it's all about protect low. Try to shorten up. Try to track the ball. Block it if you have to, as far as just a late swing that maybe you're not sure about, but some way.
Meanwhile, this pitch gets away. But all the runners hold. Two aboard with one out. Cedar Rafaela up next for the Red Sox. Fastball for a strike.
Overhand.
All eyes on the double play ball in this spot. No better way to get out of this inning.
Swing and a miss. 0-2. Ground ball left side, could be two. One at second. What a double play that was. Inning over. Third game of the division series. And now the Toronto cleanup hitter, Dalton Varsho. Whacked out to center field. That's well struck. That's back there. Out of here. He wastes no time on this one. And the Blue Jays have the lead now. It's 1-0. He only needed one swing to square it up.
Not wasting any time in that at bat, Boog. Aggressive, and it paid off. When you're working with this kind of velocity, so critical that you move the ball around, work quickly, and make sure that you keep that hitter off balance. Clearly not fooled by the location or the velocity. He was all over that fastball.
Addison Barger will hit next. Bounced up the middle. Throws to first, and that's the first out. Nice recovery after giving up the homer. Now the left fielder, Nathan Lucas. The bit behind with that swing. It's strike one.
Well, he threw that fastball right by him. Gives him a little bit of confidence, but in the back of your mind, you got to think, is he trying to set me up for later in this at-bat?
And there's two down.
Batting 7th, second baseman Ernie Clement.
Now it's the second baseman, Ernie Clement. One of my favorite Ernie Clement notes. He got his most recent glove, the one he played the 25 season with, off of eBay. A woman from Japan sent it to him. I asked, what'd you put in the search engine? He said, used Mizuno infielder's glove. And that keeps the inning going.
He made that look easy,
Batting 8th,
keeping his
right
bat in the
fielder,
zone on
Jesus
plane for a long
Sanchez.
time. That leads to a high contact rate and more barrels, Boog. Even when you don't get it great, it's still hit hard enough to dunk something in like that in front of the center field.
Jesus Sanchez in the box with two gone, and takes a look at a called strike. Gray, more than 100 career wins on the mound, a former first-round pick back in 2011. Foul ball, it stays 0-2. Way inside. And they'll do it again. The 1-2. Comebacker to the mound. Tosses to first, and that is the inning. Solo homer helps Boston cut into the lead. It's an early 1-0 lead. This is the American League Division Series on the show. Bottom of the second. Stepping in for Boston, Caleb Durbin. Going away. This park is absolutely electric for this game. Such a great postseason atmosphere.
Nothing like the drama you get in the postseason, Boog. Love being a part of these games.
That's in there. And it's 1-2.
Circle change. Low outside.
That's
really good take, especially with two strikes.
Middle outside.
Gets a piece there. We'll do it again.
Four-seam fastball.
In the air, left field. And
I'm
it
out.
jumps
Round
the wall
rule
in foul territory for an automatic double. Runner in scoring position, no outs. Now batting Jaron Duran.
In today's game, outs are valuable, so guys aren't just willing to give themselves up to advance a runner. They're trying to drive him in as well in the process. So I don't expect him to shorten up and just try to hit behind the runner.
So digging in, Carlos Narvaez. Foul ball there.
Slider. Middle outside.
And it's second. On the ground. And that's just foul.
Overhand curve. Low inside.
Fights it off. You'll see another.
Four-seam
Tied up
fastball.
here in the early
Low
going.
inside.
Stays alive.
Four-seam fastball. High inside.
And it's fouled off. They'll do it again.
Four-seam fastball. High outside.
The 0-2. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. One on, nobody out, a run in here in Game 3 of this American League Division Series. Swings through it, and that's a strikeout. Wilyer Abreu up next for the Red Sox. There's a swing and a drive. And that's a foul ball. Abreu matched a homer in his last game. Now the 0-1. And a foul ball. One out and a runner at second. Bottom half of inning number 2. Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row.
Gosh, here it is. Hit it. 3-pitch strikeout. All fastballs. Man, he's got a lot of confidence in that pitch right now.
Four-seam fastball.
Next is the designated hitter, Masataka Yoshida. Just
off the plate, ball
missed.
1.
Four-seam fastball. High inside. Circle change. Low outside.
Man on second, 2 down. Fought off foul.
Slider. Low outside.
The 1-2. Gets a piece and stays alive.
Four-seam fastball. Low middle.
Got him swinging. They limit the damage here. 1 run. Third game of the division series. And now for the Jays, Andres Jimenez. Right back to him on the mound. In plenty of time to first. 1 pitch and 1 out. Back to the leadoff spot in the Blue Jays lineup. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. now. Line drive, base hit. So they get a man aboard with a 1-out single.
Just so sound in his mechanics. Hits against a firm front side, and the hands just continue to carry through the middle of the field.
And the batter is George Springer. Lays out, but he can't squeeze it to first, and he beats it. Everyone's safe.
Just a good job putting the ball in play and then busting down the first baseline, beat the throw pretty easily. That pretty much split the zone down the middle, and those are the ones where you got to make them pay.
Kirk in the box now, takes strike 1. Runners at first and second with 1 gone here in Game 3 of this American League Division Series. In the dirt, blocked. Caught up now trying to get to third. Tags the runner. They put the tag on him, and that's a double play to end. Set for the bottom of the third. So stepping in for Boston, Wilson Contreras.
First baseman, Wilson Contreras.
Ball inside.
Overhand curve. Low middle.
Ripped on a line to center. Varsho takes it in for the out. 1 down. Roman Anthony getting ready to hit. Check swing, and he went. And it's 0-1.
Low outside.
Man, that got him square in the mask.
Slider. Low outside.
That's foul off to the right side. Keeps the AB going.
Four-seam fastball. High inside.
Swings and misses. It's a strikeout. He picks up his 5th strikeout on the hill.
Oh, nothing too fancy on the strikeout pitch right there. Just a low 90s fastball, and I'm not sure he was trying to challenge him, but that's pretty much what happened. Very hittable location, but he found a way to just get it by him.
That's inside.
Story in the box here. Lets that one go for a ball.
Ball, that's out.
Four-seam fastball. High outside.
That fastball, even though it's up, that's the velocity you want to go after. Low 90s, a lot better than trying to hit the high 90s.
And it's fouled away.
Overhand curve. Low inside.
2 down, nobody on. And that skips in the dirt.
Four-seam fastball. Low outside.
This one in the air, center field. And that ends the inning. 1-2-3. Back here at Fenway, here's the Toronto catcher, Alejandro Kirk. And that one fouled off.
Well, these Blue Jays, as you probably noticed, haven't been shy at the plate at all. In fact, they've probably been too aggressive at times. I'm specifically talking about the first pitch. These batters are swinging more than 80% of the time, which is fine if you're scoring runs, but that hasn't been the case today.
On the ground to the left. Tosses to first. Leadoff hitter retired in the fourth.
That swing early approach we're talking about just hasn't paid off. So I think they should take a deep breath, step away for a moment, and avoid giving up any more quick outs.
In the air out to center. And that'll get down for a hit. So a man aboard now with one away.
I don't think that pitch would have been called a strike, but he did such a nice job of pulling his hands tight to the body and just getting enough of the barrel on it to be hard enough back up the middle for a knock.
At the plate, Addison Barger. And there's two down.
Up next,
here's the left fielder,
Nathan
Lucas.
Lucas.
He's 0 for 1. Ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit. They stop the lead runner at second. Now 2 on with 2 outs. So up next, Ernie Clement. 1 for 1 with a single so far. Yeah, that's fouled off. The 0-1. Swings through that one for strike 2. Hit on the ground to short. He is safe.
He's safe.
Now, just a nice job coming through in a pretty high leverage spot right there. We got that front foot down, and pitch recognition was on point. Pretty impressive for an 0-2 count.
Digging in, Jesus Sanchez steps on the back for the force. Out to his. Back here in Boston. So here's Boston's cleanup hitter, Cedar Rafaela. There's a strike.
Slider. Middle inside.
Yeah, big swing and a miss.
Slider. Middle inside.
Back to the mound. He's got it. Sends it to first. And one gone in the fourth as they get the leadoff man.
Four-seam fastball.
Now the third baseman, Caleb Durbin. 1 for 1 with a double and a run scored.
Aye.
Four-seam fastball. Low outside.
Out towards right center field. Varsho should have this one. But it's the right fielder that gets there to make the catch. 2 down.
Four-seam fastball.
Jaron Duran up next for the Red Sox. That one ripped right center field. He won't get there. That should be extra bases. In with a double, and the go-ahead runs at second with 2 out. Pulls him to third safely with a triple.
2 hits for him in this one, both for extra bases. Got to feel good about that. First pitch fastball, a great spot to do some damage, and he squared it up nicely.
Narvaez swings through it for strike 1. And he gets that fastball by him upstairs.
Low inside.
Oh, can't pick it up cleanly. Still finds a way to get off a throw. Gets him easily. Back in Boston. And now for the Jays, Andres Jimenez. Lined into left center. Base hit. Now he turns and heads for second. The throw in. Now they get the runner and a rundown. And they tag him out. Back to the top of the order. Vladdy Jr. stepping to the dish now. Cruising on the mound right now, but a dangerous hitter here in this spot. A guy with some slug to him. Ripped to right. He dives, but he can't make the catch. So they get a man aboard with a 1-out single.
Those plays are challenging for outfielders because of the chase to the ball. You know you have to do everything perfect just to track it down. Sometimes even that's not enough to make the catch.
No,
Swing and a ground ball and foul ball.
Boog, the runner at first needs to be careful right here. He's dealing with a pickoff artist on the mound.
Base hit center field. Lead runner around second. The tag.
No,
See?
he's safe.
That's 3 singles in a row. A chance now to take the lead, and at this point in the game, that could be a deciding run.
Next to hit, Alejandro Kirk. And fouled off. Oh, 1 down. Lined into right. Diving, and he can't make the play. 1 run's in. Here comes Springer around third. Across is the runner from first. And they lead by 2. And he's got a 2-run triple. 1 down, runner at third. And now it's Dalton Varsho. He's already homered here in this one. Tap foul at the plate. Late swing, foul to the left. Tap back to the mound. Ball comes home, and he's dead at the plate. Caught the rundown now. They put the tag on him, and that's a double play to end the inning. But they pick up a pair here, both coming on this bottom of the inning. And stepping in for Boston, Wilyer Abreu.
You know, these Red Sox looking to string together better at-bats when they have runners on, but it just hasn't happened for them yet. They only have 1 hit with runners in scoring position, so a lot of squandered opportunities. It's tough because those are moments you just can't get back.
High inside.
Swing and a miss, struck him out. So he picks up his 6th strikeout of the ball game.
Came inside with that 2-strike fastball nicely and just bunched him up on the inside part of the plate. Couldn't get around on it and catch it out front. Many times if you do, it's a foul ball. And you know, a lot of pitchers, they really don't like working inside with 2 strikes because they do not want to hit that batter. And when they've got him up against the ropes, got to figure out a way to put him away. Did a nice job right there.
Comes up empty.
Overhand curve. Low middle.
Struck him out looking. Picks up strikeout number 7.
Well-executed pitch on the outside part of the plate.
So the Red Sox lineup turns over. Wilson Contreras, the next to hit. Swing and a miss. And that's strike 1.
Middle inside.
Well, I think the key, I mean, if he can get through 1 more inning, anything after that, a hitter or 2 is bonus. But they should be lined up good enough to get to the finish line.
2 down, nobody on. Ball 1 there.
Good spot there. Didn't get the strike at the knees and doesn't seem too convinced by the call out there on the mound as he tries to get a better sense of the umpire strike zone.
And a foul ball, he stays alive.
Man, so close to the immaculate inning as that foul ball spoils it. He's pounding the zone right now, though.
2 down, nobody on. Here in Game 3 of this American League Division Series. Clemens. Play made, that ends the inning. Welcome back. It's been a great game, so let's take another look at the most important moment so far. Leading off, Addison Varsho.
Greg Weissert.
Swing and a ball lifted in the air, left field, pretty well struck. And it's off the Green Monster. Safe at second with a leadoff double.
Went up there looking to be aggressive and got something he could handle. Showed off some really nice oppo pop with that swing and just couldn't get it over the fence. But I absolutely love everything about that approach and the mechanics right there.
Here's one.
Up next for the Blue
So
Jays,
now
second
with
baseman,
one away and a
Ernie
man at
Clement.
second. So up next for Toronto, Ernie Clement. He's 2 for 2. This one in the air right field. Base hit. Doesn't stop. Heads for home. Out at the plate.
Yeah, on the tag. Got him.
And next for Toronto, Jesus Sanchez. Now he breaks his back. Fires to first on the run.
Oh.
Nicely done for the out. Ready to go.
Now pitching for Toronto, number 71, Tyler Rogers.
Well, with both starters out of the game, this quickly becomes a bullpen game, and this is something we see more and more in the game today, especially in the postseason.
Sinker. Middle outside.
Tapped up the first base side. Guerrero. He'll do it himself, and that's one out as they get the leadoff hitter in the 6th. Your Story now. The shortstop takes the ball.
Slider. Middle outside.
That one
that's
outside. And the count is 2-0.
Outside.
This one chopped on the ground, but foul.
Slider. Low outside.
Fouls one off. 2-2.
Sinker. Middle inside.
Now
That's
one
ball
missed.
three.
Sinker. Low inside.
Battling here as he fouls it away.
Sinker. Low middle.
Payoff pitch. Foul ball, and it remains a full count.
Sinker. Low inside.
Struck him out swinging. He didn't make it easy for him on the mound, but they still get the strikeout.
Outside.
And next will be the cleanup hitter, Cedar Rafaela. That one fouled off.
So important to get ahead of these hitters. You don't want to issue a free pass and allow that tying run to come to the plate. You always want to keep that other team in a position where if they're going to beat you, they're going to have to do it with multiple hits.
Got him. That is the inning. Nothing. Back here at Fenway
Leading
Park,
off for
this
Toronto,
offense has lifted them to a lead with plenty of hits so far in this one as we look at the spray chart.
Yeah, it looks like they've been spreading it out pretty well in this one, Booth. Spraying the ball all over the yard. Good team effort at the dish.
Throws to first in time, and the leadoff hitter set down to open the 7th. Stepping in, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. 3 for 3 with 3 singles. Up the middle, Story. Handles, throws to first, and 2 away to start the 7th. Manager out of the Sure on here, Garrett Whitlock. He's into the game with the bases empty. And it'll be George Springer to step to the plate. The 0-1. This one in the air, center field. Anthony drifts towards it. And that is that. Third game of the division series. And stepping in for Boston, Caleb Durbin.
0-1.
Sinker. Low inside.
That's off the mark. 2 balls, no strikes.
High inside.
Next offering is fouled back.
4-seam fastball. High inside.
Slice the other way. That's a base hit. And that'll bring the tying run to the plate.
Well, that was one of those high percentage advantage counts where batting averages are just so much higher. Nice job of driving that pitch the other way on a line. You know, hitters, they take so many reps in the cages working on going to the...
Runner takes off. Strike in there. The throw. Tag, and he's out.
Very questionable steal attempt right there. You're down by 2 runs. Tying runs at the plate. Your run is so important. You have to be smarter than that. You can't be playing around in this situation. Trust the guy at the plate with one swing to tie it up. That right there could be very costly.
On the ground, out to short. A sliding stop.
No, he's in there.
Time. He's safe.
Boom, that's staying within his game right there. I mean, this speedster gets the infield single, and now he's on base to possibly do some damage. I love seeing what guys like this can do to disrupt the game once they get in a position to do so.
In for a strike. Good slider.
2 really good back-to-back sliders. Now in an 0-2 count. He's feeling real confident about finishing this.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out.
Well, when you throw the same pitch back-to-back, that's how you want to do it. Set him up in the strike zone, then extend a little bit from there and see if you can get him to chase. Nicely done with the slider right there.
The tying run at the plate. And a foul ball.
Four-seam fastball. High inside.
This ball's chopped to the ground. Clement out with room to spare, and that's the inning. 1 left for the Reds. We go to the 8th. Here's the Toronto catcher, Alejandro Kirk. Up the middle, Story. On to first. 1 pitch and 1 out.
Up next for the Blue Jays, center fielder.
Here's the center
Varsho.
fielder, Dalton Varsho. He launched a solo shot back in the 2nd inning of this one.
Yeah, that was big for these guys early on. Definitely helped them get off onto the right foot.
Up the middle. Dives, and he can't hang on. And he'll just eat it, so that's an infield knock. So, man aboard. So, up next for Toronto, Addison Barger. 1 for 3. And first offering is fouled off. Ball 1 there. I thought that was a strike, and here's a challenge. Got him swinging. He chased the changeup. Now 2 out. Nathan Lucas next up for the Blue Jays. On the ground to 3rd. And that is that. On to the bottom of the 8th. Now here's the...
Now pitching for Toronto, number 77, Louis Varland.
Fouled off left side.
Power relievers one after another coming out of the bullpen these days. Got to be ready for that first pitch heater.
Right there for a strike.
On a night like tonight, last thing you want to do as a hitter is get jammed or even off the end. Trying to find that sweet spot on the bat. Tell you what, you're going to be trying to catch things out front. So off-speed pitches may be a good complement to that fastball.
And he makes the catch. And there's 1 down. Here's Contreras now.
That's a ball.
Four-seam fastball. High inside.
And it's even up.
Just not able to catch up to that velocity.
Swing and a miss. And the count 1 and 2.
Low outside.
Next
Ball
offer
2.
is downstairs.
Circle change. Low inside.
And there's a ball.
Four-seam fastball. High outside.
High chopper to 3rd. And
Foul
a foul ball.
Four-seam fastball. Low inside.
And that's ball four. And that'll bring the tying run to the plate. Roman Anthony up next for the Red Sox. 0 for 3 with 2 groundouts and a strikeout. To the right side. Flips it. There's one. To first, not in time. Great effort there. Trevor Story comes up to the plate. 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts and a flyout.
Ball! That pitch is out.
Four-seam fastball. Low outside.
He hasn't wanted to challenge him. Both of those pitches off the plate away. Don't expect anything down the heart of the plate. You may just have to be patient and take your walk here.
The Blue Jays holding on to a 2-run lead here in the late stages of Game 3. Jimenez to second.
He's in there. He's safe.
Bag. Cedar Rafaela up next for the Red Sox. 0 for 3 in this one. And that is out of play.
Sinker. Middle inside.
What do you got?
Swing. Now we'll look down to first. And he won around. Just
Sinker.
enough that time.
Low inside.
Comes up empty as he chases that one in the dirt. In there.
Safe.
He's safe. Here's the third baseman, Caleb Durbin.
Inside.
And that
Ball
one is
back in.
inside.
Lots of anxious fans in the ballpark right now. You can feel it.
That one in triple digits. And he'll challenge that called strike. Good eye at the plate. They'll overturn the call. Still 2 challenges left for them.
Four-seam fastball. Low outside.
Red Sox with a chance to tie it up. Swing and a ball lifted in the air. That is the inning.
For the Red
We're
Sox,
back. It's the top of the ninth.
number
And there's a new
50,
pitcher on the mound.
Cutter
Crawford.
Just trying to keep this one close here, and this is where a bullpen can give their players a chance to fight back into the game.
Crawford, he's made a name for himself as a very effective reliever, but not really what you expect from a bullpen arm these days because he's not out there racking up Ks. Line drive, base hit, right center field. Got a good start to the inning.
Gosh, Boog, he's making it look easy. This is the toughest time of the year to hit, but he's making it look like it's spring training, and he's facing a guy from AAA.
Now at the plate, Jesus Sanchez. And first offering is fouled off.
I think it's the deception, his ability to change arm angles and slots and give hitters different looks within one at bat. They're never able to get comfortable. When you only see him once, a lot of times he has success.
Here's the 0-2. Foul ball left side. He'll see another. Got to be clever, too, when you don't have that lights-out stuff, right?
Absolutely. You got to know what you're able to do. Instead of focusing on what that hitter's strength is, stay with your strength.
Oh, now this one gets away at the plate. To second. Not in time.
Yep,
He's safe. So a wild pitch allows the runner to advance.
You know, sometimes it takes a reliever a little time to get comfortable with the mound out there, especially when they come in trying to be nasty with every pitch they throw. Not exactly what they were looking for when they called him in, though. We'll see if he can settle down.
To first. Now one gone in the ninth. Here's Andres Jimenez. Swing and a ground ball up the middle. Safe! And they add to their lead as the run scores from third.
Up next for the Blue Jays, first baseman.
Back to the top of the order
Guerrero.
now. Now here's the leadoff man for the Blue Jays, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Quick move to first, and he's back in easily. To short, could be 2. Good feed, that's 1. Back to first, and it's over his head. And it's going to wind up out of play. George Springer next up for the Blue Jays. Swing and a high fly ball, well struck. Way back there. And that one is out of here. A 2-run homer, and they add on. It's 6-1.
And that shot makes their grip on the lead even tighter. That's just a great feeling as a hitter. You let the ball travel, tracked it pretty nicely. He's almost beat there, but he gets the bat head in time.
For the
So
Red
2
Sox,
down. Here's the
number
Toronto
29,
catcher, Alejandro Kirk.
Oviedo.
And he grounds one to the right side. Rafaela tosses to first, and that is that. It's a beautiful Springer dinger here. And this is now a 6-1 ball game. This is the American League Division Series. We head to the bottom of the ninth. So stepping in for Boston, Jarren Duran. Ground ball right side, Clement. Slings to first. One pitch and one out.
Up next for the
Carlos
Red Sox,
Narvaez
catcher
now at the plate.
Carlos
3-pitch strikeout
Narvaez.
last time up. Got to put up more of a fight in this one.
And first offering is fouled off.
Knuckle curve. Low middle. Knuckle curve. Low middle.
Ball, that's down.
Four-seam fastball. Low outside.
Right through there for a strike.
Four-seam fastball. High inside.
Swings through it for the K. Only one out left for the Red Sox.
Knuckle curve.
2 outs, base is empty. And stepping in for Boston, Wilyer Abreu.
Hey.
Four-seam fastball. High middle.
They're down to their final strike. Field challenge, thought that was a ball.
Four-seam fastball. High outside.
That one to first. And
Wow,
it
that
goes
ball's
just
Four-seam
foul.
fastball. High inside.
2 down, nobody on. Got him, and that's the ball game.
Game threes are very critical when you have a series tied at 1-1 because you put yourself up. Anytime you go down, you're always chasing. When you're up in the series.